Hey guys, Sire Goku here, and I'm doing kind of a side LP so that Tales of Symphonia.
Doing another Capcom game, dude.
Yeah, I'm doing a side.
You're not original at all.
I'm doing a side LP so that Symphonia is not just completely dominating my channel. So I'm back to doing Mega Man X with X4, and I have Luigi here with me because it's
Ow, dick! You blinded me.
because X4 is one of the few X games he actually really likes.
What am I fighting for? A better script.
Yeah, did they actually? You have the X collection on Switch. Did they change the script, or is it a straight?
Nope.
Or is it a port?
It's a straight up port.
Makes sense.
They did not care. They did not care. I don't think you realize how much they actually gave a shit about the script in this game.
Well, they upscaled X7 and X8, sort of.
Just because they upscaled it doesn't mean they redubbed it.
They also got rid of the load times, which is the biggest detriment to X7. I'll get to X7 at some point. Ugh.
Soon.
I don't even dislike X7. I just know that the load time. I just agree that the load times are god awful.
As long as we agree that it's a bad game.
X7, eh.
It's a bad game, but for the wrong reasons.
I'd still play X7 over X6, but I'm 2 games away from X6, so I don't have to worry about that yet.
No, I was saying it's a bad game, but at the same time, yeah,
it's a bad game,
worse.
but I'll give it the benefit of Capcom trying something new at the time. But I'll get to X7 when I get to X7. This is widely considered the best in the series, Mega Man X4.
Yeah, keep that in mind, folks, because it's all downhill from here.
I wouldn't say that. But this does have the first time where Zero is a fully playable character, unlike in X3, where he was very...
Also, I just want to bring into attention that weird shadowy dude in the bat and during the intro. He appears for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, we're going to find out about him right now, actually, because there's also this is also the first X game to have full cutscenes. And
Mr. Shadowy Person, I mean Sigma, I mean Shadow Person.
Yeah, totally not Sigma. By the way, I did put in subtitles because it's really hard to hear it half the time.
Capcom's too lazy to insert their own subtitles.
Huh?
Capcom's too lazy to put in their own subtitles.
Well, back then they were really back then they were.
Nowadays they have no point. Nowadays they have no excuse.
Well, now that Mega Man 10, or now that Mega Man 11's done well, there's a big chance that Mega Man X9 could happen next year, or in a few years.
That lightning bothered me.
God, this voice acting. I will say that
I will not betray.
I will say X4 has better voice acting than 8. I'm sorry, you were going to say something?
It's like, I will not betray the humans moments later. We're going to betray the humans because they're dicks.
Yeah, the plot to this game makes no goddamn sense. I mean, you turn your brain off for every Mega Man X plot, but this one tries way too hard to be serious, and it just fails on that. I love Mega Man X4.
Also, the general has a very magnificent mustache.
I know, right?
There's X doing that Superman pose.
He also enjoys Sigma's. I guess he's trying to be Penguin from Batman Returns.
Or he just has a really bad sore throat that day.
That too. I would say Penguin from Batman TAS, but no. TAS Penguin sounded much better than
TAS
that.
Penguin had it, yeah. Yeah, that's giving too much credit.
If he sounded like TAS Batman's Penguin, then that would be good voice acting.
Ew, dragonflies everywhere. Man, they really should get that looked at.
Anyway, so we got our standard intro stage for X, with probably the best X theme in the series, in my opinion.
I like how Sigma's supposed to be posed as a super serious threat, but then his minions are just like fat bots.
Well, I mean, he's got his giant fuck you dragon there. Actually, no, that's Repliforce's dragon.
Yeah, but
I guess I should briefly bring attention to the plot here.
Also, Capcom's a thing in the Mega Man universe.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, for this game anyway.
Anyway, plot.
The plot is this game takes place years after X3, because it doesn't really explain exactly how long between this and X3 it is. It's got to be a good couple of years because Dr. Kane is dead. And so now there's an entire military force known as the Repliforce who go out and fight Mavericks. But this guy right here is apparently a member of the Repliforce and... Okay, so a Maverick...
Magma Dragoon. They didn't even put his full name in there.
Dragoon?
It's supposed to be Mac...
That's true.
The Sky Tower come crashing into the ground. Don't worry, I'll do it piloted manually. Never mind, I lied.
I mean, this game goes from 0 to 50, and this game goes from 0 to 100 in about 10 seconds, as you're about to see after this cutscene.
I like how it's like, it'd be funny if he's like, I'll pilot it myself, and then he goes away. I lied.
God damn it.
Many people will die, as in, like, the 1 or 2 people that are actually still alive in this world.
Actually, that's not true. The thing is, with the X series, they don't actually mention humans, like, at all, unless you're playing, like, Maverick Hunter X. But there are humans in the X universe, and an entire city just got completely destroyed, and, like, thousands of people just died because a space colony fell onto it.
They didn't even show the space colony falling.
Well, X warped out of there.
They showed it blowing. They showed it blowing up, and X was like, "Well, I better stop it from falling." And they go down. Oh no, the city's already destroyed.
No, he said he couldn't
stop it. It's already blown up. Oh no, I can't stop. Oh no, I can't stop the skyfall from falling. I better go see how much damage. Oh no, the city's been destroyed. Like no shit.
You couldn't really help that.
It's like no shit. I don't know what. It's like I don't know what you were expecting.
I mean, again,
it's like X's train of thought is like, oh no, it's falling, and then it just falls down like a pillow.
Yeah. I mean, this is the first time where X tries to tell a more serious story. I mean, you can make the argument that...
And it fails miserably.
You can make the argument they attempted to do that with X3, but not to the same extent. I wouldn't say it failed, it's just very standard.
Standard is saying it's not saying much.
It's a Mega Man game. When you're talking about plot in a Mega Man game, that's the last thing that usually comes up in conversation, unless you're talking like Mega Man 0. And even that's...
But this game makes it... The point is that when you make the story the center point, you have to have it be good. If it's not good, then people are going to fault it for it.
Fair enough. I'm not going to sit here and say that X4's story is a masterpiece. It's not.
No.
But it's still better than X1 through 3. Because a lot of the last 3 games were more show don't tell, and this game actually attempts to tell a story by actually showing consequences and stuff. I mean, the most that X1 through 3 did was, hey, X and Zero are going to fight eventually. X and Zero are going to fight eventually. Hey, it's been 4 games and they still haven't fought.
I like that. I like this conversation because it pretty much it's like, hey, put down your weapons. Why? Because you'll be seen as Mavericks if you do. I don't feel like it. God damn it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what makes this story stupid. It's like, okay, the reason why these guys all have to die is because they're being stubborn dicks. All X wants to do is go, hey, can you go back to Hunter HQ so we can talk about what the fuck just happened? It's like, no. It's like, but then I'm going to assume you're the reason behind this. Oh, great, now you think we're Mavericks? Fuck you. It's like, no, I think you're Maverick because you're not listening to me. Listen to me, goddammit.
It's the equivalent of plugging your ears going la la la
basically.
La la.
I mean, that's the one major flaw with this plot, is that it could have been solved so easily if people just wanted to sit down and talk.
You will be regarded a Maverick and treated as such. And what's his response? Do as you wish.
We'd rather die than lay down arms. Who programmed you to say, fuck you, I'd rather die than not fight? Those guys are assholes.
Cossack.
I don't know, you say that. They never mentioned Dr. Cossack in the X series, so I don't know if he's relevant in this.
Probably not.
Maybe he made Axel in X7. I don't know. They never explained that.
Oh god, that'd be horrible.
That would at least give Axel some personality.
instead of just being 2.0.
I mean, to be fair, by X8 he has more of a backstory, but it's like,
Yeah, that's what I'm referencing to X8. By X8, they just pretty much made him 2.0.
yeah, basically. Oh, these
Brave soldiers of Repliforce. I fucked up.
Be thankful that I added these subtitles, because holy fuck did this take forever.
I just like this speech just trying to. He's basically covering his ass for fucking up.
Well, I mean, X did warn them. By the way, if you don't go to headquarters and explain yourselves, we're probably going to start a war with you. And then here's the general going, "Hey, we've all been accused as being Mavericks. Let's go kick their ass." Like, no. This is why the plot to this game is stupid.
I wonder if it's the same plot in Japanese. That makes me wonder.
It is.
Damn it.
It's definitely the same.
Well, there goes any redeeming qualities for this one.
It's to be fair, the translation is accurate to the Japanese script. It's just that the script was not good.
I was kind of hoping it was a dubbing situation where the English dub is different from the Japanese one. The English plot is different from the Japanese plot.
I mean, it might sound like the script may.
By the way, totally not Sigma.
Yeah, they don't make any. From X4 onward, they make no attempt to hide that Sigma's the villain.
I'm shocked he doesn't retire at this point.
Well, he's a virus.
Like he could be trying to take over the world like this giant massive beard.
I mean, well, he is a computer virus. He can come back whenever and however he feels like it.
He comes back as Fei Long.
I mean,
like shit.
I mean, think about it.
No better Street Fighter crossover. Sigma comes back and possesses a robotic bison.
No, doesn't he possess Ultron in Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate? Infinite or whatever?
More like they became one.
Yeah, same difference.
Also, that you're talking about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which we're not going to talk about ever.
Oh, that game was a dumpster fire, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
I just casually mentioned it. I wasn't going to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I was correcting you. That's what I was doing.
Fair enough.
Anyways, we have our H mucks.
Yeah. And unfortunately, X4 onward is going to have this long exposition on every character in the character select screen. So,
I like how Magma Dragoon looks more like an ostrich than an actual dragon.
We already had an ostrich. He was an X2.
He sucked then too.
Oh, he definitely did.
Also, here's a random ass mushroom.
Yeah, split mushroom. The guy sucks. Anyway, is there any massive difference between this version and the one on the X Collection? Because I know you have that on Switch.
Nope.
Have you even touched X Collection 2?
Yes.
Because X Collection 2 is the one that has the worst games on it, according to people. Not counting X8.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's no real differences besides what they advertise, honestly.
Yeah. And less load times.
Like they have rookie mode, like rookie hunter mode, where you have like checkpoints. You have like extra checkpoints in between levels.
Isn't that also the mode where you can't die from falling into pits?
I think that's only like one time. Actually.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that only happens. I think that happens only like at least one time.
That makes sense.
Like I haven't fully tried. I haven't actually fallen into a pit voluntarily, but
fair enough. No, but
yeah, basically the only reason you want to use Rookie Hunter mode is to basically actually play the good games, the bad ones. I mean, play the bad ones so that they're actually fair.
Anyway, so what's your experience with X4? Have you played it before you got the X collection?
I actually used to own the original PS1 version, but I never actually finished it. And then I re-downloaded it on PS3. Still can't beat it because I suck at the X series.
Well, so you have it on your PS3, and then you also have it on your Switch.
Yes.
You can play Rookie Hunter mode on the Switch version and beat it that way.
I could if I really wanted to.
I mean, to be fair, X4 is not that hard.
Yeah, it's not that hard, but again, you're talking to someone who's not very good at the X series in general.
Even for people that aren't very good at X, I'd say this is by far the easiest in the entire series.
Yeah, it's like X4 is like X4, despite its story flaws, it's actually a really good entry point into the series.
Yeah, X4 is where
gameplay wise.
I love X4. It's probably still my favorite in the entire series, next to X1 and X8.
You can not play X1 through X3 and go into this one, and there'd be no difference.
Yeah, you don't need this. You don't need to know the story. The story only starts getting really serious in X5, and then after
this story is basically this story is full of black.
Yeah, basically. And then because of executive meddling and Capcom wanting money, it ended up expanding the story much longer than Inafune wanted it to. Which is why X.
And then there's that time where Dr. Light just went into his Street Fighter phase.
Oh yeah, well that was X1 and 2. Yeah. I guess X8 too, because you can get the Hadouken, you can get the Shoryuken and the Hurricane kick in that game.
You know, there is actually a speaking of X3, there is actually an X3 hack that lets you play as Zero for the whole game.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. It's been in development for a while.
Yeah, it has X still has the gold armor, but Zero can get the black armor too.
The biggest thing with that is that Zero can actually fight bosses and get weapons.
Yes. I think it's like X8 where X and Zero share powers.
Well, from X4 onward, Zero gets powers when he beats bosses too.
Yeah, I was trying to say it's kind of like X8 where if you beat a boss with a certain character, both characters get the power.
Oh, good. So it's not like X5. It's not like X4 and X5 where it has to be a specific character. That's good.
Yeah, I think that's how it is. Don't quote me on that.
Well, in X5 you can play as both X and Zero interchangeably. So
I think the only difference is that Zero can't get any power-ups that are meant for X.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like the heart tanks.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
how he wasn't.
Because he's already maxed out, so he doesn't need it.
Yeah, that's how he was in the original X3 too, which was the biggest reason why people didn't really like it.
Yeah,
it's like, what's the point of playing?
I'm just saying that he was like that. The only reason he can't get power-ups like the heart tanks and stuff is because he already has them.
Well, Zero couldn't get couldn't get items, and he also couldn't fight bosses or mini bosses. It would automatically switch you back to X.
Yes, and I think the game actually has alternate dialogue for fighting specific bosses.
That makes sense
too. Like I think the dialogue changes if you're fighting Sigma at Zero.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I wouldn't keep that in part of the logic though, just so you know. I might show that one off later.
Yeah.
If I can get it to work, but that's another story.
Well, I'm gonna have to come back to this stage later because I need the fire weapon to get the heart tank.
Of course.
But the order that I'm going in has the least amount of backtracking.
It begins.
You should only.
It begins.
You really only have to backtrack to 2 stages. Unless you're going in a weird order. I always go in boss weakness order, so it just means I have to come back to this stage for the heart tank, and then I need to come back to another stage for the armor piece.
That's kind of like the one thing I never really liked that much about the X series, the X games, is that you need to fight a specific boss in order to actually stand a chance, because most bosses are like you can't really do very well with just Buster alone with most of them.
Well, with this game, I'd make that as an exception. You can fight a good chunk of these bosses without their weaknesses as X, And you kind of have to do it if you're playing as Zero, because half the time they don't have the same weaknesses that X's side has.
I was talking about like in future games like X5 and X6.
Well, that too.
If you fight him with just the Buster, you may as well reset.
Maybe.
Like you have to fight like a specific boss with a specific weapon, which is just.
You can say the same
really,
about.
It really limits what you can. Like it really limits what you can do.
You can say that about a lot of the X games, actually, though. Specifically X3, because like if you don't do Blizzard Buffalo first, you're kind of screwing yourself over.
I can't even remember who I did first in X3, honestly.
Yeah, I couldn't either because the first.
It was either Blizzard Buffalo or someone else. I can't remember.
I usually go Blizzard Buffalo first because you can get the leg upgrade, and then I go to like. I think I go to Neon Tiger to get his upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I remember playing this with one of my friends, and he's like, "I can't beat the spider."
Well, the spider's interesting.
Like,
the spider's interesting because halfway through his boss fight, he turns into the spider boss from Sigma Stage 1 in X1, except a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, it's easier for X. With Zero, you kind of have to risk touch damage.
But he's also still easier because you don't have to wait for him to be vulnerable for 2 seconds.
Yes.
He's also because he can drop spiders on you, but they're a lot easier to deal with.
For a second, I thought that said fire spiders.
Electric spiders. That would be creepy.
Like X just shoots spiders out of his Buster.
He's like, sure, why not?
He just looks at his. But it would suck if he had arachnophobia and he had that power up.
God damn.
It's like, ah!
Well, he already fought a giant spider in the first game.
He like shoots the Buster. Ah, spider!